Bujingo, supposedly, whoever edited it, is putting it like he was replying to who? To Serwadda.
Twawuliddewo abagamba nti bw'omala okukuba akalulu vaawo gendaka kugamba sigalawo ne bw'afa alabye abaana n'abazzukulu embaga eyiye n'ez'abaana be n'ez'abazzukulu aziridde.
Kyagulanyi can win, and we see how we can work around that.
Abantu ababagamba temuva we mulondedde bagambe batika abaana baabwe abali e Bulaaya bakomewo wano bajje bakakuumire wamu nammwe.
Alumbye Kyagulanyi.
Hello.
Welcome back, guys. Mujebali. Mugama mutya. Kakati, in Uganda, religious leaders technically have a civic right to participate in the whole voting process, to have their favorite person they want to vote for, maybe president, maybe MP. They have that civic right, just like any other Ugandan. As much as there is no law that refuses them to pretty much air out their issues about who they want to vote for or whoever they follow, whatsoever, they are expected that whenever they step onto a pulpit or muzikiti, they are not supposed to share their political affiliations whatsoever, so that they do not influence their congregation. Now, recently, we all know that Bujingo hates someone called, maybe not hate, maybe I could use dislike. Yeah, Bujingo kind of dislikes Bobi Wine and whatever he stands for. And we have seen him multiple times really saying things that are not so nice. So where am I going with all this? Recently, we saw Serwadda, Pastor Serwadda, I should correct that. And he said that for him, he's going to vote and get his small stool at 20 meters away from the voting square, Kumaka and all that. So there is a video on TikTok that I just watched where Bujingo, supposedly, whoever edited it, is putting it like he was replying to who? To Serwadda. So without me talking too much, let's watch the clip.
Gemagezi gemba wanange bwenjokola twawuliddewo abagamba nti bw'omala okukuba akalulu vaawo gendaka kugamba sigalawo ne bw'afa alabye abaana n'abazzukulu embaga eyiye n'ez'abaana be n'ez'abazzukulu aziridde kati gwakugamba tovaawo tonnaba na kuzaala mwana mu nsi naye nze akalulu kange njagala kutuulako balinga wali mita nga 2 enda okuuma akalulu tovaawo kitaawo y'omu ku beesimbyewo muganda wo y'omu ku beesimbyewo olowooza abeesimbyewo bagenda kusigala ku polling station ki abeesimbyewo abaana baabwe ne bakyala baabwe banaayimirirawa obutava we balondedde mujja kubba kamulala akange nkulabe ng'okasowolamu. You are just stupid. How can you compare the value of your life and the paper?
Okay, this is voting. Kuno kulonda. It's not a war. It's not like people are going to riot. Actually, let me take this opportunity. If you're going to vote, please go and vote. That's fine. Do not create chaos whatsoever. And I believe most Ugandans, that's their belief, or that's how they think, right? Ne engeri Bujingo wano gyakirese alinganga gamba omuntu agenda okulonda, agenda mu lutalo, bagenda kuttingana and all that. That is a very wrong rhetoric to have. It's very wrong to think like that even. Nokubera kuchitutinga, you're speaking like this. This is so wrong. I don't know why people are not calling this out. And the reason why I'm not even religious anymore is because of such people who are put in a position where they are close to God in a way. Most people believe that. But when they start talking, they spew human desires. Yet omuntu obowereza katonda, as I was told since growing up, you are literally supposed to be ebyensi tebikutwala. You understand? Like, you're supposed to speak truth to life. You're supposed to speak life in general. Nti bobo yogera omoyo goleka guberenga gufulumamu bulamu. Life. Now, whatever he is talking about here, to me, it looks like he is speaking violence in a way.
Tovaawo kumaka papula nempewo kesobola okutwala kati akange nina kamu omanyi value ya kalulu kange bwe yenkana kati ate okabbe Kyeva njagala nteeke wali kamwasa jjute ntunule butunuzi obubokisi nga bwe butambula. Omuntu akadde yaweddeyo akugamba tova we balondedde nga ye bw'asigala bw'afaafiirwa ki? Naye gwe tolina kye waatadde mu nsi. Si buli mukadde ayogera nti aba ayogedde magezi n'abasiru bakaddiwa.
Obeera ku kituuti n'obuulira vote. There are some things that just go like, they blow up my mind. Like, gwe, you don't say these things on a pulpit. This is God within that midst, apparently.
Abafere b'omu kibuga mulimu abafere nga bakadde. Kaluba kaveeko tukeekuumire batulye halaali oba naffe tubalye halaali. Abakulu abakwata ebyokulwanyisa bakugambye genda olonde, bw'omala okulonda ddayo eka. Naye ne bakubuulira nti bw'onooba tozzeeyo bagenda kukozesa buli kyakulwanyisa ekiri mu buyinza bwabwe.
Is that what the government said? The CDF came out and said after voting you go home. And then the Electoral Commission chairman Mwami Yabakama came out and said after voting there is no reason for you to stay there. Let me try to sound like him. Like mugenda creating a chaos, which is actually sometimes it can be right, because I mean, there is an idiot who's going to vote asigale wao atandika ekoringa, maybe atandika okukola ekyobusiru. Not that everyone is going to be as peaceful. The more people crowd in one place, the more it gets crazy, and then the whole situation can't be handled. Yet, bosoma mateka, the whole idea of police is to mitigate such kind of happenings way before they happen so that they can have control. You understand? But if people are peaceful, now what does the law say about that?
Okulabika nti bakuzaayo simanya awo oboddaka akalulu kajjemu omusaayi. Bani okuba abantu omuntu n'atiri ku musaayi twalina ekiwundu ku mutwe. Tuli gunjukira wa ye tulivaamu ddi amagezi agategeera ne tukolayo ebintu nga tibiriimu kwetema na birala. Omusaayi gw'abantu ne guyiika ogwenkanidde awo. Kale singa twamanya ffe tumanyi tutegedde tulina amatu tuwulira information eyita mu buli kasonda. Buli muntu akugamba londodde eka akugamba.
It's like these two pastors, they are all preaching the same thing. They want peace, but they are preaching it in totally two different ideas. You can actually see it.
Akugamba londodde eka akugamba ebyokulwanyisa bene biri mu disposal ye ajja bikozesa. Akugamba toddaka takulaga bwana akulwanirira. Hello. Oba bikunyumira oba tebikunyumira bye bituufu. Akugamba toddaka tannaba kulaga naye waaterese byakulwanyisa bali baba n'aba bakuzaayo oba oyagala oba toyagala. Tannaba kulaga byakulwanyisa naye ajja kulwana naye abazeeyo. Otiisatiisa tosobola nakuntiisatiisa. Tosobola nakunkangaka oneewerera nga weewererani. Abantu ababagamba temuva we mulondedde bagambe batika abaana baabwe abali e Bulaaya bakomewo wano bajje bakakuumire wamu nammwe.
Alumbye Kyagulanyi.
Hello. Mubagambe batika abaana baabwe abali e Bulaaya abali mu Amerika babakomyewo wano mu kulonda bajje bakuumire wamu n'ab'akalulu. Akalulu nina kamu lwaki okayombera. Kansabirwa ddembe nkakuwe oba nkakumme. Gavumenti bw'obanga ogikyawa gikyawe nange nkuweerera amagezi gikyawe nnyo naye tokyawa bulamu bwo.
Okay, that's a true statement. I think you should love your life more than you love the government, more than you love Bobby Wine, more than you love anybody else. But I also think there is some sort of like civilization that we have been able to get to. It is just horrible to go into an election. Ngatulinganga bagamba, that is the end of Uganda. Like the night of 15th, it's like the end of Uganda. We all realize that there is going to be a Uganda after 15th, which is like 16th and so on and so forth. Probably President Museveni will still be president. Or Kyagulanyi can win and we see how we can work around that. At the end of the day, what we want is to have no Ugandan die just because of an election. You know, it goes without saying that the fact that President Museveni has been the leader for the last 40 years, it's going to be a little bit hard to transition from that be it whether he gives to an NRM person, be it whether the opposition people take the presidency. Like, at the end of the day, it's going to be so hard to transition from that because we have been raised within this one person's mind for so long that when another person comes in, it will be hard for them to fit within that scope. You understand? I'll give you an example of Manchester United. When Sir Alex Ferguson left, it was really, really hard for the team to get back to where it was because it was run by one person for 28 years? Was it? Something like that. And for these other managers to come and do exactly what this guy did for 28 years, it was impossible. Like, it's been close to impossible. I'm imagining that in the next 10 to 15 years, when President Museveni is not president, it's going to be a little bit hard for whoever that is going to lead Uganda next to lead it to in a way that the president has been doing it for the past 40 years. But that doesn't mean that it should come with violence. That doesn't mean that it should come with people dying. One of the things that really hurt me is that we have grown-ups who don't really speak sense at all. How are we, the young people, who are going to follow grown-ups who don't speak sense at all? Personally, I call up on people to speak life, to speak positivity, to speak against violence in a way. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to my channel. We have most of these videos coming out every day. See you in the next one. Peace.